I wanted to know why, over a period of 4 years, Mark Kennedy had entered my life, visited my home in Germany, and slept with my friends. But neither German politicians nor the German police seemed to know the details of his operations.
Hello, my name is Jason Kirkpatrick and I'm phoning from Berlin, Germany. I'm a journalist and I have some questions about undercover policing operations.
My multiple calls to Mark Kennedy's former employer, the London Metropolitan Police, were met with refusals to give any interviews to journalists. I decided to travel to London and meet those politically responsible for governing the city and overseeing the London Metropolitan Police. I met with Jenny Jones, the Deputy Chair of London's Police and Crime Commission.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming to meet us.
Good to see you again.
Thanks. We can sit here. Since you are a member of the London City Council, you are on the Police Commission, politically and democratically, how are the police managed and overseen?
Unfortunately, now that it's a system with one police commissioner, that person looks at the budget and controls it. We at City Hall can comment on the budget and give advice, but there's absolutely no need for them to pay any attention to it. And so it is incredibly difficult. And I would like to say, I think the police in Britain overall do an extremely good job, but on this issue, I think that they are out of control.
Do you hear many stories of this abuse of terrorism laws?
And they just say that that's the power and they use it appropriately, they say. But without proper oversight, without proper control, they're always going to misuse powers. And I'm absolutely sure that they are infiltrating groups that they really shouldn't be.
When British police officers go abroad, are they supposed to abide by foreign laws, or who manages, who controls this? How does it work?
When British officers go abroad, clearly they have to abide by the rules that operate here in Britain, but they are expected to operate according to the laws of the country they're going to, of course. And it's absolutely staggering that they are breaking those laws. But we do have different rules here. And when they drop into the lives of activists or targets, as they call them, and they sleep with them and even have children with them, that is actually not against the law here. And when I've challenged the Commissioner of the Met, he said, well, it shouldn't happen, but it's almost inevitable. If there are consequences, if there's lawsuits or they have to pay to shut somebody up, it's all public money, it all comes from the government. It all comes from taxpayers' pockets. And so we're paying for the Met to mess up in this way, which is infuriating. And they do pay out millions to keep people quiet. You never feel that the investigation has got to the root of the matter.
Jenny's asking about romantic entanglements between police officers and their targets, so to speak. There is plenty of fictional support for such an approach, but undercover officers should not target members of the public in that way.
I would like to point out there's no romance involved in this. There's absolutely no romance. It's use and abuse, and I would say assault.
Okay.
I paid £10 to get my file.
Yes.
And quite honestly, I want my money back.
Yes.
I was astonished to get my file. It is the most pathetic collection of tweets and little notices, and this is incredibly intrusive in people's lives on a level that is not of any value, which is again public money being spent on nonsense.
Jenny Jones had given me a good impression. She clearly was trying to get to the bottom of things, but was stuck fighting against a system that inherently protected itself against political interference. To say the least, I was totally frustrated with the problems getting answers to my questions, and had by now felt like I was running out of options.